What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar to discuss the latest chapter of the Boruto manga and the return of one of the best characters in anime. In my all 7 Hokage and their powers explained video, link in the description, I asked if you guys want to see some Boruto content and many of you did. If you do want to keep seeing Boruto chapter reviews, then show Boruto some love by smashing that like button. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future Naruto and Boruto videos. I'll have votes for future Naruto videos on Instagram at AnimeUproar, so feel free to follow us there if you want to help decide what videos I make in the future. Just look up AnimeUproar on Instagram or click the link in the description. Keep in mind there will of course be manga spoilers here since we are discussing the latest chapter of Boruto after all. So I've just caught up with Boruto and I gotta say I like it a lot in manga form. There are so many similarities with Naruto that I can't really see Naruto fans not liking it. However, I'm specifically talking about the manga since I did start watching the Boruto anime and kept stopping because of the fillers. In contrast, the manga is a page turner and I caught up to it in like 2 days and I wasn't really even trying to catch up that quickly. I just kept wanting to see what happens next. But anyways, chapter 47 is called Predestined Fate, and that's an interesting title because it is a recurring idea in Naruto, whether or not people can change their fate. In the beginning, Naruto is sort of portrayed as an underdog who has to change his fate. But then we discover that he's the son of a Hokage, holder of the strongest Jinchuriki, and pretty much fated to be the chosen one. So that kind of raises questions about whether he changed fate or whether he just fulfilled his destiny. Neji was another guy who was associated with possibly being able to escape his fate, but then he ended up doing what he was arguably destined to do, which was to protect the main branch of the Hyuga clan. He sacrificed his life for Hinata and the man she loved. So the Naruto series has sort of a weird relationship with destiny and fate. So I'm especially interested in seeing how the Boruto series will complement or even contradict the Naruto series in this regard. This chapter of Boruto starts with the battle between Koji Kashin and Ishiki continuing. We get an interesting twist where Koji summons real flames rather than chakra flames, so Ishiki's karma cannot absorb them. These subtle intricacies and distinctions when it comes to fights are something I really like about both Naruto series. And although Ishiki looks in trouble, he manages to just use his shrinking powers to shrink the flames. We're told that he can shrink himself and other non-living things and return them back to normal size. Nothing super original, but it's interesting to see how well it is used by this skilled villain. We're reminded that Koji and the scientist Amado specifically decide to attack now because Ishiki's vessel, Jigen's body, has reached its limit after the fight against Naruto and Sasuke. Because of the lack of recovery time, Jigen's body can't keep shrinking the eternally burning flames of the Flaming Mountains, and these ever-burning flames are another cool detail about the Naruto world. Koji is just chilling like a boss, watching Jigen burn. Sasuke points out that as long as the Otsutsuki have karma, they'll keep being resurrected, so Naruto shouldn't assume it's over. The Naruto and Sasuke dynamic continues in Boruto, and that's something I really appreciate. We also see that dynamic reflected in Boruto and Kawaki's relationship as well. Even though in the beginning Boruto initially said that this series would be his story and not Naruto's, Naruto has definitely had a huge presence in this series so far, and Sasuke too, which is another reason I've really enjoyed it. Sasuke then reminds us that if Ishiki was to reincarnate in Kawaki, he would be unstoppable, and it seems initially like this is what the scientist Amado is planning. People overreact, including Kawaki, and it emphasizes how horrible Amado is at delivering the right information at the right time. But maybe he just likes messing with everybody. After Sasuke checks Kawaki, Amado calmly continues to explain what's going on. He definitely gets cool points for how little fazed he gets by everything. He explains that Ishiki, once dead, will automatically be reincarnated into one of his vessels. Since Kawaki is not ready, he'll be reincarnated into Jigen. And keep in mind, vessels don't have to be living bodies, they can be corpses. As Ishiki's reincarnation into his new vessel takes place, all eyes are on Kawaki as Amado expects to observe something happening to him. Surprisingly, after quite a show, we see that Kawaki no longer has a karma diamond on his palm at all. It disappears. We then see the reincarnated Ishiki, and his power is much greater than it just was pre-reincarnation. Koji observes the tremendous power and notices all the eternal flames shrink in an instant. Amado goes on to explain that Kawaki lost his mark because when a reincarnation takes place, all other karma are erased. waste, no matter how many vessels exist. Again, he could have explained this sooner, but his way definitely makes for a more interesting chapter with more twists and turns. And now that there are no more vessels, it is finally possible to kill an immortal Otsutsuki for good. We see Ishiki looking pretty dangerous, and his design is definitely cool in a weird alien way. This is what Koji has been waiting for, but his toad that is sending the live feed gets done in, and our dudes lose the ability to follow what's happening. But Amado says that Koji succeeded in his function or destiny, which was to drag Ishiki out of Jigen, so he can be killed. Amado explains that the plan was not for Koji to make it, since Ishiki isn't that easy to beat. Naruto is upset by this and wants to know whether Koji knew that this battle was a one-way ticket to the afterlife. Naruto can't figure out why exactly he's so concerned about Koji, and that's some more foreshadowing for the craziest Boruto twist that is about to be revealed. We jump to Koji and Ishiki and the idea of destiny comes up. Ishiki says that all people and genes have a predestined fate. Again, it's the bad guy who's spouting off this philosophy. Then Ishiki mentions a man who bore a mighty fate, a star of change, and Koji's mask comes off. We see an image of Jiraiya from behind, and Ishiki says that Amado wanted to cling to that man's mighty fate, to the minuscule possibility of change. And then we see Kashin Koji with no mask, and we learn that he is, in fact, a clone of Jiraiya. Ishiki says that Koji dying here was also predestined by his genes, and that is the end of this insanely epic chapter. I love to see Jiraiya back in a way in the series because he was arguably my favorite Naruto character, and I like the way they did it too. There were so many clues, and it definitely wasn't pulled out of nowhere. We learned that Mitsuki was a clone of Orochimaru, which put the idea of clones out there. Then there's all those clues that Koji and Jiraiya were connected, including the toads, including the fact that he could enter Konoha undetected, including Naruto recognizing him and his fighting style, and so on. It was well foreshadowed, and in my view, this is a very satisfactory way to bring back one of my favorite characters into the story. So props to the Boruto series for that. I really hope we don't just see Koji die next chapter, as is being suggested here. If that were to happen, again, that would reaffirm that the can't change destiny stuff that the bad guy is talking about is pretty real in the Naruto world. I'd sort of be upset if I just had to watch Jiraiya sacrifice himself all over again, so I'm really hoping there's gonna be more to it and that he somehow gets out of there alive. But we shall see. Maybe this series just enjoys pulling at the heartstrings of every Jiraiya fanboy. One thing's for sure, now that Koji has been revealed to be Jiraiya's clone, he better have an epic death worthy of Jiraiya if he has to die. And that's it for my first ever chapter review of Boruto. Let me know if you like Boruto, if you like where the manga is right now, and what you think will happen in the next few chapters. If you enjoyed this Boruto video and want to keep them coming, be sure to smash that like button until it's blue and share this video with fellow Boruto fans. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, ring that notification bell or you will miss future Naruto and Boruto videos. I'll have votes for future Naruto videos on Instagram at AnimeUproar, so feel free to follow us there if you want to help decide what videos I make in the future. Just look up AnimeUproar on Instagram or click the link in the description. I gotta say, I am so into this series right now. It's so nostalgic for the Naruto fanboy in me, and it's definitely a page turner. Lastly, the YouTube ad rates have significantly dropped recently, so the help and support we're getting from our AnimeUproar patrons is now more important than ever. A very special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help us survive these YouTube issues and who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the legend, acknowledged by Lord Twigo himself, Efren A, and the one-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans, Steven Ingrata, Alola Natem, The World, Steelers, Acquire Respect, Pate Hefa, Jonathan King, Desi D, Brandon Aviles, Papa Smurf, The School Bus, King Riser, Emperor Otaku, Richie Martinez, and Thomas Jones. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, Anatoly Kazatsky, Angel Cruz, Cricket XP, Joe Stanton, Very Gucci, Alicia Actor, Jessica Kayla Fawn, Hinokami and Water, Bonnie Park, Zodiar12, Rathuin Deora, Tien Huang, Cynical, Kraken, Fulgus77, and Deadly Saints. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord where we talk about anime, life, and of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.